I don't see it happening. I'd like to see it happen, but I don't think so. Partly because there's such a disparity between progressives and Tea Partiers. I think down at the core we want the same thing, just not in the same way. As you recall, during the presidential campaign last year, President Obama took a lot of heat for a statement in which I think was misinterpreted and misunderstood, and that you really can't get anywhere in life unless you've had a helping hand along the way. This notion of individualism, pulling up our bootstraps and doing all our own, that's horse hockey. Someone helped you get where you are, even if they played a small role in it. But with that being said, the Democrats and the Republicans have become big political money machines. And for the most part, they're just paying lip service. And Americans are getting more and more apathetic and more pathetic in their criticisms of said parties. That we're just throwing pot shots at them. We're not holding them accountable. We're still their bosses, but we're letting them get away with too much, and then we act surprised when they do something stupid. But something to think about as we roll through Election Day. Now, on to other matters. As I was talking about the holidays coming up, with Christmas coming up and Kwanzaa and so forth. Of course, there will be a lot of big sales coming up the day after Thanksgiving, Black Friday. And before I talk about some of the stores that will be opening their doors on Thanksgiving Day and so forth, and leads me to a complaint that I see a lot on the internet at this time of year. And understand, though, that I have a lot of misgivings about Thanksgiving. Some of them personal, some of them historical about the holiday. And I'll get more into that as we get closer to Thanksgiving, and I'll talk a lot bit about it on my Thanksgiving program. Okay? And it's probably going to piss off a lot of people, but one of the purposes of this program is to get people to think, is to create this interaction, to get your mind to stirring, and to give you a little bit of an idea and insight into my little warped mind. I'm not saying I'm always right, but a lot of the things that we hold near and dear to be true are in fact legend, or have been so overly ingrained into us that we can't see the truth, and then when the truth is presented to us, well, one of the things I see a lot of on the internet at this time of year, especially around Christmas time and at Thanksgiving, and it bugs the shit out of me, is people that say, oh, well, don't go shopping on Thanksgiving Day, or don't go shopping on Christmas Day, if the store happens to be open, or don't do this such and such on that day, but spend it with family. Well, what about people who have been unemployed or underemployed for so long that they're barely making ends meet just to even put food on their table, or to afford rent, to put a roof over their head, or keep gas in their car, or to make their next car payment or school loan payment? You know, you're turning your back onto them. Now, I'm not saying you should go out there and spend lots of money, but what about the poor schmuck who's sitting in a radio station entertaining your ass while you're sitting at home stuffing your belly full of food, and you're bragging about, oh, I'm thankful for this, I'm thankful for that, and then at the same time you're telling them, well, don't go shopping, spend it with your family, and then you go to, and suppose you and your family don't get along. And I've seen that happen in my own family. I can't begin to count how many holidays that I have worked. Okay, I have worked a lot of Christmases, a lot of Thanksgivings, Easters, Thanksgivings, New Year's Eves. And that's one of the reasons why I'm such a lonely man now, is because I have spent those years trying to climb a ladder, only to have someone continue to knock me off, or saying, you know, you can't come up here. You're not good enough for this job. So think about what you're saying. But I'm talking about the poor person who's just trying to make ends meet, who's trying to save up a little bit of money to make sure that their kids have a decent Christmas, or have a good Christmas. Or the person that is struggling to keep their home, and you're telling them not to go shopping. A few dollars can go a long way. So think about that before you start posting that kind of stuff. Because not everyone has this Norman Rockwell family setting. You know, I went to college in the hopes that I would have a better life. And in many ways, I do. But I've also been on both sides of the fence in that I have worked holidays, and I know what it feels like to be alone. And in some ways, I prefer to be alone because I've gotten used to it. Doesn't mean I always like it, but think about what you're saying there, folks, before you start posting such irresponsible comments. Well, I read yesterday that Kmart will open its doors at 6 o'clock Thanksgiving morning and will stay open for 41 consecutive hours. That's until 11 o'clock on Friday night. Quite impressive. Now, I wonder how many Kmarts have that kind of merchandise where they can sustain 41 hours of continuous shopping. It's possible. I think so. So, if you happen to be in the neighborhood of a Kmart or one of these bigger chain stores, frequent their business. Yeah, they may be a big corporation, but big corporations have the same problems that smaller companies do. They just have more clout and so forth. But they aren't all that different. Okay? So yeah, I'm an advocate of big business, and I'm an advocate of little business. But think about when you're alienating these shops. This is what you're doing. And, of course, Kmart is owned by Sears Holdings Company. What's new is the fact that the stores won't close and reopen on Black Friday. Then they'll stay open for that 41-hour duration. So, again, if you're thinking about boycotting shopping on Thanksgiving Day, think about the worker who's barely getting by, or the person that's barely getting by financially. And then you sit around and you pray on their behalf. Well, you're denying them their job because your morality says being with family is more important. Well, perhaps it is. But I've also seen families stab one another in the name of love. I've seen it in my own family. And I tell you, getting shunned is no fun. Alright? Well, that's all I'm going to say on my soapbox for the time being. I'm going to step aside for a little bit. And when we come back, we'll have the news headlines for you, as well as the nationwide weather forecast. But coming up next are things you need to know, things that are trending on this Tuesday. That's coming up right after this break, so stick around, won't you?
Ranger Station, Ranger speaking.
Yeah, hi. I'd like to report a bear sighting.
Location.
In the woods, just outside of town.
Oh, not surprising. You've got your home. Bears have theirs.
Yeah, but see, this wasn't just any bear. This bear was wearing jeans and a hat, as in a Smokey Bear.
Jeans and a hat. That's definitely Smokey. What exactly did he have to say?
Well, we were about to head home, after having a bonfire.
Oh, I can guess where this is going.
Right. See, Smokey told me the fire wasn't actually out. He said if it's too hot to touch, it's too hot to leave.
That's true. Did you know that 9 out of 10 wildfires are caused by humans? That means 9 out of 10 wildfires can be prevented.
Wow, no kidding?
I'm a forest ranger. We never kid.
Sorry.
that was a joke.
Oh.
If you see someone in danger of starting a wildfire, step in and make a difference, because 9 out of 10 wildfires are caused by humans. Brought to you by Smokey Bear, the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council. Learn more at smokeybear.com.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Hi friends, Joe Hafner here. Are you interested in buying, selling, trading, or renting a house? Or maybe you're in the market for buying or selling a car? Or perhaps selling or giving away clothes, furniture, or electronics? Well, I can help you out. Just email me, Joe, at Gunther'sHouseOfFriends@gmail.com. That's Gunther'sHouseOfFriends@gmail.com. Email me today with your item and or items, and together we'll come up with a creative way to buy, sell, trade, or rent any reasonable item or service that you want. Keep in mind, though, I don't deal with the exchange of firearms, alcohol items, drugs, or anything illegal or immoral. So send me an email today at Gunther'sHouseOfFriends@gmail.com.
Remember when your neighbor found us naked in the car, and the time some outdoor action got us kicked out of the park, getting frisky in the dark. I gave your eye a poke. Think the dog is in the bed too. I smell smoke. You and me, we never give up. You and me, we never ever ever give up. Getting hot and heavy with the whipped cream that we bought, and dressing in the kitchen, then getting caught. So many things can go wrong, but we still can get it right. You and me, we're not gonna give up tonight.
You didn't give up on sex. Don't give up on birth control either. There are more methods than you think. Visit bedsider.org to compare all the choices and put the bogus myths to bed at bedsider.org. Brought to you by Bedsider and the Ad Council. Bedsider.org.
It's Thursday night, and you're grabbing drinks with some friends. Started off with a pitcher for the table, which quickly becomes two. There's pool. And there's the photo booth.
All right, everybody squeeze in. Say cheese!
Followed naturally by an order of wings. And another.
Can we get some extra ranch sauce?
Then there's the ceremonial nightcap.
So what are we doing this weekend?
And lastly, it's back to the car, which, if you're buzzed, could be the most expensive night of your life. Getting pulled over for buzzed driving could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. Nothing kills a buzz like getting pulled over for buzzed driving, because buzzed driving is drunk driving. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Well, it was 58 years ago today that a young Marty McFly went back in time from October 1985 to November 5th, 1955. I'm such a dork. I'm such a geek. I'm not afraid to admit it, though. Well, theme to the Back to the Future. And the first movie was great. The second movie is like, what is this? The third one was all right. But that's neither here nor there. It's time for, though, things you need to know, things that are trending on this November 5th, 2013. So without further delay, let's hit that music.
Oppan Gangnam Style.
It is Tuesday, November 5th, 2013, and it is Guy Fawkes Day. As I told you on yesterday's program, this British celebration typically involves bonfires, fireworks, and burning effigies of Guy Fawkes, who was part of an English Catholic group fighting for the Spanish that planned the failed gunpowder plot of 1605. The white Guy Fawkes mask has become prominent in pop culture, including among Occupy protesters and in the 2006 movie V for Vendetta. It's also the start of the Islamic New Year, Muharram. New on DVD today is The Hobbit: An Unexpected Journey, White House Down, Grown Ups 2, Girl Most Likely, Parkland, Loveless, Mad Men Season 6, Under the Dome, Beverly Hills 90210, the complete series, Duck Dynasty, I'm Dreaming of a Redneck Christmas, Family Ties, the complete series, Ice Road Truckers, Season 7, Law & Order, 13th Year, Seinfeld, the complete series, Saved by the Bell, the complete collection, and Weeds, the complete collection. In news attack this morning, Frito-Lay announced that it will sell chocolate-covered potato chips. Wow. I always say I am not getting enough chocolate and potato chips in my diet, but they will be available for a limited time only, of course. Yeah, available from the time I pay for them at the cash register to the time it takes me to make it to the car. Cost of Thanksgiving dinner has gone up $3 from last year. Thanksgiving dinner will cost a little bit more this year. Agricultural experts, or as we call them, farmers, say the cost of a meal for 10 adults will run $50 1 penny, about $3 more than last year. That price includes turkey, dressing, sweet potatoes, rolls, peas, cranberries, a carrot and celery tray, and pumpkin pie with whipped cream for dessert. I'm getting so excited I can't even say whipped cream.